Hello everyone, today we are going to see about the collection of data. Collection of data is classified into two types, primary data collection and secondary data collection. We are going to see about its advantages and disadvantages and the methods and the comparison between the two data collections. The bedrock of data analysis and interpretation is formed by the collection of data. Data is basically the unorganized statistical fact and figures collected for some specific purposes such as analysis. There can be different sources of data such as statistical and non-statistical sources. Also, there can be different methods of collection of data depending on the type of data. There are two main types of data which are primary and secondary. Understanding the difference between the two is important in deciding the method of data collection to use. Data is collection of facts such as numbers, words, measurements, observation, or just description of things. Data collection is the process of gathering and measuring information on targeted variables in an established system, which then enables one to answer relevant questions and evaluate outcomes. Data collection is a research component in all study fields, including physical and social science, humanities, and business. There are two types of data, which are primary data and secondary data.
First, we are going to discuss about primary data. One of the major elements and basis of statistical research is data collection, where the most basic data that can be collected in this process is primary data. Or in other words, we can say that data is the basis of all statistical operations and primary data is the simplest of all data. It is a type of data that is collected by researchers directly from the main sources through interviews, surveys, experiments, etc. The primary data are usually collected from the source where the data originally originates from and are regarded as the best kind of data in research. Here are some examples of primary data. First one is market research. This is an important aspect of business strategy that involves the process of gathering information about the target market and customers. The data collected during market research is primary as it is tailored specifically to meet the business needs. Another example is student thesis. When conducting academic research or a thesis experiment, students collect data from the primary source, and this kind of data collected during this process may vary according to the kind of research being performed. Here are some list of advantages and disadvantages of primary data. Data interpretation is better, targeted issues are addressed, efficient spending for information, decency of data, addresses specific research issues, greater control and proprietary issues are some advantages of primary data collection. And about disadvantages, it is very expensive, quality declines if interviews are lengthy, and reluctance to participate in lengthy interviews. And our next topic is secondary data. It is the data that has already been collected through primary sources and made readily available for researchers to use for their own research. It is a type of data that has already been collected in the past. A researcher may have collected the data for a particular project, then made it available to be used by another researcher. The data may also have been collected for general use with no specific research purpose, like in the case of national census. A data classified as secondary for a particular research may be said to be primary for another research. This is the case when a data is being reused, making it a primary data for the first research and secondary data for the second research it is being used for. There are tons of secondary data examples out there. It is basically any dataset that can be used by the researchers who didn't actually collect the data. For example, the census data is common secondary dataset used. Many researchers use this dataset instead of going out and collecting the data themselves because it saves an incredible amount of time. In that sense, any dataset available to the public becomes a secondary dataset. And another example is the Google Analytic report of your website's traffic. And about the advantages and disadvantages of secondary data collection, it is very inexpensive, easily accessible, immediately available, and will provide essential background and help to classify or refine research problem essential for literature review. And secondary data sources will provide research method alternatives and will also alert the researcher to any potential difficulties. And about disadvantages, it is very expensive, not immediately available, it takes time to define problem, sampling frame, method and analysis, and it is not readily accessible and incomplete informations are provided.
Next we discuss about what are the methods of data collection. Here primary data collection have some methods and also secondary data collection have some methods. Methods of data collections are depending upon some factors. The factors are object and nature of inquiry, availability of financial resource, availability of time, accuracy required, and collecting agencies. Time and agencies are one of the important factors in method of data collections. First we discuss method of primary data collection. The methods are direct personal observation or observation method, indirect oral interview or interview method, information through agencies and questionnaires. First method in primary data collection is direct personal observation or observation method. In direct personal observation, the data is collected by the investigator personally. He or she must be a keen observer, tactful and courteous in behavior. He asks or cross-examine the informant and collect necessary information. It is original in character. In this method is planned systematically. Its subjects may control and checks. There are some different types of observations are there. There are structured and unstructured observation, controlled and uncontrolled observation, participants and non-participants observation. In direct personal observation, there are some merits and demerits also. The merits are original data are collected. True and reliable data can be had. Response will be more encouraging because of personal approach. A high degree of accuracy can be aimed. The demerits are it is unsuitable where the area is large. It is expensive and time consuming. An untrained investigator will not bring good results. One has to collect information according to the convenience of the informant. The next method is indirect oral interview or interview method. In interview method, the investigator approaches the witness or the third parties who are in touch with the informant. The enumerator interviews the people who are directly or indirectly connected with the problems under the study. Generally, this method is employed by the different inquiry committees and commissions. For example, the police department generally adopts this method to get clues of theft, murder and riots, etc. The method of collecting data in terms of oral and verbal response. It is achieved in two ways. One is personal interview and the next is telephonic interview. In personal interview, a person known as an interviewer is required to ask questions face to face to the other person. The personal interview can be structured and or unstructured, direct investigation, focused conversation, etc. But in telephonic interview, an interviewer obtained information by contacting people on the telephone to ask questions or view orally. In interview method, there are some merits and demerits also. The merits are it is simple and convenient, it saves money, time and labor. It can be used in investigation of large area. Adequate information can be had. The demerits are the information cannot be relied because of the absence of direct contact. Interview with an improper man will spoil the results. In order to get the real position, a sufficient number of people are to be interviewed. The careless attitude of the informant will affect the degree of accuracy.
Information through agencies. The local agents or correspondents will be appointed. They collect the information and transmit it to the office or person. They do according to their own ways and tastes. The system is adopted by newspapers, agencies, etc. when information is needed in different fields. The informants are generally called correspondents. Merits. Extensive information can be had. It is the most cheap and economical method. Speedy information is possible. It is useful where speedy information is needed regularly. Demerits. The information may be biased. Degree of accuracy cannot be maintained. Uniformity cannot be maintained. Data may not be original. Mailed questionnaires. In this method, a questionnaire consisting of a list of questions pertaining to the inquiry is prepared. The questionnaire is sent to the respondents. There are blank spaces for answers. A covering letter is also sent along with the questionnaire, requesting the respondent to extend their full cooperation by giving the correct replies. This method is adopted by research workers, private individuals, non-official agencies, and state and central government. Merits. Of all the methods, the mailed questionnaire is most economical. It can be widely used when the area of investigation is large. It saves money, labor, and time. Demerits. We cannot be sure about the accuracy and reliability of the data. There is long delay in receiving questionnaires duly filled in.
Next, we are moving to the topic methods of secondary data collection. Secondary data is data collected by someone other than the actual user. It means that the information is already available and someone analyzes it. The secondary data includes magazines, newspapers, books, journals, etc. It may be either published data or unpublished data. Published data are available in various resources including government publication, public records, historical and statistical documents, business documents, technical and trade journals, etc. Unpublished data includes diaries, letters, unpublished biographies, etc. Secondary data can be obtained from different sources. Information collected through censuses or government departments like housing, social security, electoral statistics, tax records, internal searches or libraries, GPS, remote sensing, etc. Government departments and agencies routinely collect information when registering people or carrying out transactions or for record keeping, usually when delivering a service. This information is called administrative data. It can include personal information such as names, dates of births, addresses, information about schools and education achievements, information about health. It can be of two types, published sources and unpublished sources. Published sources. Various governmental, international, and local agencies publish statistical data, and chief among them are international publication, official publication of central and state government, semi-official publication, publication of research institution, journal and newspaper. Unpublished sources. There are various sources of unpublished data. They are the records maintained by various government and private offices, the researches carried out by individual research scholars in the university or research institutes. We must take extra care when using secondary data. First one, official publications such as Ministry of Finance, statistical departments of the government, federal bureaus, agricultural statistical boards, etc. Semi-official sources includes State Bank, boards of economic inquiry, etc. Second one, data published by chambers of commerce and trade association and boards. And the third one, article from the newspaper, from journals and other technical publication. Next, we may move on to the precautions in the use of secondary data. The investigator must take precautions before using secondary data. In this juncture, the following precautions should be taken into consideration. First one, the suitability of the data. Second one, the adequacy of the data. And third one, the reliability of the data. It must include definition of units, degree of accuracy, time and condition of collection of facts, homogeneous condition and comparison, and etc. Following precautions should be taken while using secondary data. The first step is information should be gathered regarding the qualification, honesty, and experience of the previous investigators. The second step is it should kept in mind whether the objective and areas of the previous investigations was same as current investigation or not. The third step is the method of collecting data by the previous investigators should be trustworthy. The fourth step is each unit of previous investigation should be equivalent to each unit of current investigation. The fifth step is the published data should be highly accurate. Then the sixth one is time taken for previous investigation should be normal. The seventh step is the shape of sample should be proper. And the eighth step is the source of published data should be trustworthy. Ninth one is there should be homogeneity among the published data, and the last one is time of published data should be tentatively checked. Next, we move on to the comparison of primary data and secondary data. First one, the primary data. Primary data refers to the first-hand data gathered by the researcher himself. It is a real-time data and it is very involved in the process. The sources includes are surveys, observations, experiments, questionnaires, personal interviews, and etc. It is costlier in terms of time, money, and efforts. It is a long-term process. It is always specific to the researcher's need. It is available in the crude form and its accuracy and reliability is more. The second one is secondary data. Secondary data means data collected by someone else earlier. It is a past data and it is quick and easy process. The sources includes are government publication, website, books, journals, journal activity articles, internal records, etc. It is less expensive as they are easily available from the internet or published reports. It is a short time process and it may or may not be specific to the researcher's need. It is available in refined form and its accuracy and reliability is relatively less as comparing to the primary data. The most important characteristics of primary data, it is the original and first hand, whereas secondary data is the interpretation and analysis of primary data. Thank you.